We recently got a trove of updates from the upcoming Sandbox MMO Pax Dei, and all of these were focused on one feature, a feature that many of you may actually be interested in because it's not something we see in every MMO. Building your home. Now, Pax Dei is a work in progress, much like this t-shirt, which is starting to fade, which I guess is actually technically the opposite of what I'm trying to say, but I don't have many other metaphors for this, so let's just roll with it. Now, building in Pax Dei is going to be different. This isn't pre-built or instance homes you may be used to in MMOs. This goes much deeper. In this video they released, we got to see not only how beautiful it can be, but how in-depth the building may be, even at these early stages. Let's start by talking about how you can build. If you're a fan of games like Valheim, where you have more control in what you're building using pieces rather than entire pre-made homes, Pax Dei may be the MMO for you. One of the questions in the building FAQs on the Discord was, can I go crazy in terms of structure, or do I need to respect some architectural rules? Their answer? The building system features a physics system that forces structural integrity on buildings, so your buildings will have to make sense from a structural perspective. As an example, while houses can be pretty big, you cannot build a house that is infinitely high. Furthermore, they added some context over concerns about all buildings eventually looking the same due to these slight restrictions. We have multiple building piece sets and we're looking to add more customization options to the houses. We'd love to eventually have a system that allows you to make a very diverse set of houses that can all be unique. We definitely won't have all these features done by the time the game goes to general availability, and plan to keep adding features in the updates. As you can see in the video here, a house is being built piece by piece. It looks so well built that for someone like me who managed to build all of, well, a really shitty lean-to in Valheim, I've realized I'm probably going to need to farm out building to someone more capable, which ironically enough got a mention in the FAQ. We've noted during playtests that clans often appoint a player to be the master builder. So if you're really into building, try to find a guild that wants to make you that person. That's a pretty incredible statement for an MMO. It's a specific role within the MMO, not like a class role, not a defined role, but someone who has those skills could actually make that their role within a guild or clan in this point. You could become known for this on your server, the master builder of the server who makes incredible structures, who does it very fast. It's one of those things that I thought was completely lost from MMOs, especially as we moved into this more theme park centric version of MMOs. After all, who needs to build a house when you're just moving from one set piece to another, one quest hub to another? And hell, at this point, most housing in MMOs is normally at this point going to be instanced, if it even exists at all. Most of the creativity in housing in MMOs now comes in the decorations. So a role like this is music to the ears of players of some of the older MMOs like Star Wars Galaxies that had entire sprawling cities, or even games like Shadowbane. And I know some people who are huge fans of Valheim that may actually be watching this right now that'll be very excited to have some ability to craft in an MMO in this specific way. Building. How you build might be the most interesting part of this, beyond anything else. But for anyone immediately thinking of that one time you covered the floor in roof tiles on accident in Valheim and had to redo it all, well, the economics of that is something that Pax Dei is still currently working on, but they're leaning toward it being fairly forgiving to destroy and recreate things. You'll also be able to pull resources from abandoned buildings, players who've given up on their plots and torn down their structures. Which gets us to an important topic. Where can you build? Well, the answer is actually two different parts. First, you'll only be able to build in the Heartland Valleys. This really seems to be the home base of Pax Dei. It won't be completely free roaming building though in the Heartlands, as there are other pre-built areas where you can't build, like roads. You also can't build underground or underwater, but you will be able to build on waterfront properties. Wait. Does that mean that there will be swimming in this game? Look, I know I've used this joke a lot at this point, and I promise I'll stop. I promise I'll stop as soon as they add swimming into New World. But let's go back to Pax Dei. You also won't be able to build anywhere near dungeons. and they hinted that you're unlikely to find dungeons in the Heartlands anyway. This might be welcome news to anyone who remembers Ultima Online and the hundreds of homes outside of dungeons really clogging up the area. Speaking of Ultima Online and homes, they were tight-lipped about PvP when questions were raised about housing and PvP, but it does sound like we'll be getting a PvP-focused FAQ in the future. Building can only happen on plots, and at the moment it's one plot per player. But plots can be shared through permissions, so your friend or guild builder, for example, can help you build on your plot, and you can combine plots to build bigger structures. One point to make note of here is that they specifically said plots were tied to one per paid account, which might give some hints on the monetization of this game. Plots will decay, but they haven't landed on exact time frame yet on just how long it will take to decay. Last but not least, it was confirmed that there will be other items to build as well besides the structures themselves, including chests, furniture like chairs, tables and rugs, even lights, which will be very helpful when it gets really dark. So there you have it. You have the updates on Pax Dei's building that they released through their Discord, and if you want updates on the Discord, you can join it directly. Otherwise, I'll try and give you updates on this MMO as it develops because it does seem to be one of the more promising in development MMOs and one that's offering something a little bit different. Now to me, this building system sounds fantastic, if a little bit intimidating to someone like me who's really not good at any kind of structural design. I wasn't joking when I said the only thing that I built in Valheim was a f***ing lean-to. I am not good at it. I was better at falling off of things. But it does open up some interesting ways to be social in the game, and I'm excited to see what they have to offer and how it will work out. If you're interested in Pax Dei and you want to learn a bit more about this upcoming MMO and really what the game is going to be about, I covered that in this video here, the announcement video of what this game was and how it would function. There's bits in there about the lore and about the gameplay and what to expect with the game and who's actually making the game. There's plenty of more gameplay footage as well. My name is Dr. Flynn. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.